afternoon. It's once again Friday, 5:30 in the p.m., and this is your host, Congressman Danny Davis. Hotline 21, most interactive television show you find anywhere around. Well, let me tell you, I am just happy and excited today for a lot of reasons. One, we go back to Washington on Monday, and our legislative processes will once again take place, and we'll be dealing with the great issues facing this important nation of ours, and I'll be glad to be there, and I want to thank you for sending me. The other reason I'm kind of excited is because today is my birthday. And before I do anything else, I want to thank that wonderful woman, Mrs. Maisie Lee Davis, who gave birth to an 8-pound boy that ultimately became Danny Davis. And she named me after my father, or I guess they did, whatever they decided. But of course, without him, there still would not have been a me. So I want to thank the two wonderful parents that I was fortunate to have. Very common, God-fearing black folks who lived at a time and a period when blacks were still Jim Crow big time. Blacks couldn't vote in white primaries where they lived. When they finally got around to having the opportunity to vote, they had to pay a poll tax. They were sharecroppers, didn't have much opportunity for formal education, but both of them were widely read and were two of the most knowledgeable people that I've had the good fortune to interact with, especially as it related to wisdom. And they would whoop that wisdom on you all the time. My mother used to tell us that a hard head carried a soft behind. My daddy would say early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. By the time my brothers and I became teenagers, we tried to change the script. And we'd say, yeah, but Daddy, they got another way of saying it now. He said, what is that? They say early to bed, early to rise, and the girls go out with the other guys. He said, well, you boys just do what I tell you, and chances are you're going to be all right. My mama used to say a rolling stone gathers no moss, that you have to put down roots someplace and stabilize. So thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Davis, for being the parents that you were. And although you are now gone on to glory, and I remember actually the songs that we sang when both of you died, and we had the funeral. I remember my mother's favorite song by the time she reached the end of her life. Well, there's a leak in this old building. And my father loved that song, Some Glad Morning, when this old life is o'er, I'll fly away to God's celestial shore. So, yep, life has been good. I see that we got a caller on the line. Let me go right to the phone because I've hogged up some of the time. Caller, are you there?
Hello, Congressman Davis.
Yes, indeed. How are you?
I'm fine. This is Miss Gray, and I'm calling to wish you a very happy birthday.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I tell you, I've been getting these warm fuzzies all day long. Even before I woke up this morning, my phone was ringing and I was trying to sleep. And I said, I may as well go ahead and get up. And I appreciate you and your call and your well wishes. And I certainly appreciate all of the individuals who have called me from different parts of the country. People that I was not necessarily aware that I would be on their mind, but I guess I was. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I didn't think we were going to see you today, but even on your birthday.
Yep, I've been pretty busy because we've got things going on. We've got this birthday party coming up Sunday, and we've been getting ready for it and all those kind of things. That's going to be Sunday afternoon out in front of my office from 2 o'clock to 6. Of course, lots of food and all the other stuff that you have. Peach cobbler that I shouldn't be eating at all. But the lady says she knew how to make it without using sugar. I am a type 2 diabetic, so I try and watch a little bit of what I eat because heart disease, diabetes, and stroke, oh, black folks are just leading the way.
Okay.
And I don't want to be one of those, although I'm diabetic. But I try and watch what I eat. I don't worry too much about what I drink because the strongest thing I drink is generally a Diet Coke or a Diet Pepsi or a Diet 7-Up. And I want to thank my doctors over at the Miles Square Health Center because I actually was diagnosed about 25 years or so ago, and I'm still here. And so I thank them, and I thank you. I'll go back to the phone and get the next caller. Caller, are you there?
Yeah, how you doing, Kanye? Happy birthday.
James, I'm good. How are you?
Okay. Praise to God that you see another birthday and more wishes on your birthday. I hope you have a good time at your birthday party, wherever it be at.
Well, we look forward to it. It's, of course, at California and Madison Street. That's exactly because we'll have tents and all those kind of things set up, and music will be going on, and so you can't miss it. And we'll have enough food for everybody who comes.
If I don't get a chance to come, I hope you have a good time there and happy birthday again, Kanye Davis.
All right, we may even have some turnip greens and hot water cornbread. Who knows?
And God bless you.
Okay, and God bless you, James, and thank you so much. I'm so glad you were able to make it to our back-to-school picnic and parade. And I will just mention it, we still got some book bags for kids if somebody didn't get one. We've got some book bags that we haven't given away and gotten rid of. And so please, if anybody got some kids, some of them got the University of Illinois written on them. And I hope that we can get some more of our students enrolled at the University of Illinois, a top flight academic institution. But if you can't go to the University of Illinois, go to Malcolm X, go to Kennedy King, go to Olive Harvey, go to the St. Paul Church of God in Christ training program for carpenters and plumbers and other kinds of tradesmen. Learn a skill, learn something, learn to become a computer expert. The University of Illinois is getting ready to build a $30 billion innovation center in Chicago, right down across Halsted Street and Roosevelt Road. Make use of all this knowledge so that you can determine what people see, what people watch, what people eat, what people drive. Caller, are you there?
Yes, praise the Lord, Congressman. Happy birthday to you and many, many more. And diet sodas are just as bad for you as the regular ones. No dark color pop. Just drink Schweppes ginger ale if you drink anything. And I'm a type 2 diabetic also. But you know that you are loved. And the city of Chicago and anyone who knows you throughout this world has to love you. Thank you for your service and give you a lovely wife I love also.
Thank you so much. And you know what? I'm going to take that advice. The Bible says that a wise man will take it advice. I know I drink too many of them diet-colored drinks and all that kind of stuff. I pledge right now on my birthday to cut down on even drinking that, and I'm going to drink more water, water, H2O, and I'm going to make it my business not to consume as much of even that diet cola as I have been drinking. You know, if you got information and don't use it, that's not being wise. And if you want to live, I have visited with two ladies in the last month. Each one were 108 years old. One was in Maywood, Illinois, and at Miss Lewis's birthday party, she was 108. She's looking good, dressed to the hilt, in great health. The other was out at 71st Street and near Marquette, but I'm probably messing up the street, at the Block Club party. She was 108, and she was in her living room, and I was able to go in there and sit and talk. As a matter of fact, Channel 7 came by and shot some footage and all of that kind of stuff. But you know, life expectancy is increasing. But do you know that there's still a big differential? If you're going west and you go from California east, life expectancy is several years longer going downtown towards the lake than it is going west, going out towards Austin Boulevard. We got to change that. Caller, are you there?
Yeah, that's me.
Yes, go right ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Hi, Congressman David. I just want to give you some praise about you. I'm from the South Side, but and I kind of get envious and kind of jealous of, because I hear about what's going on in your district than about what's going on in my district, and I live on the South Side. I know Bobby Rush has been having some health issues, but I just want to give you some praise. And also, I just do want to I didn't know you was an Alpha man, and so I heard that congratulations. I heard they're giving you a reception next week at Alpha Man in Washington D.C. So I just let you respond. Take care.
All right, thank you so much. And let me tell you, I am a proud Alpha. I went to the Alpha's breakfast, Xylambda chapter, Southside basically chapter, but it's all over. And I also represent parts of the Southside too. And so we're all one. But it was really great to see all of the brothers on Monday. at the Labor Day breakfast, and I tried to never miss it, to see that many African American men, males, all together discussing issues. Some people say we be pretending that we're still boys and that kind of thing, but that's all right. We know what we're doing, and it's good to have a little fun. So in our Dear A Phi A, fraternal spirits bind, all the love, all the fellowship. Yeah, it's pretty good. And I don't care what colors you wear. You can be purple and lavender. You can even wear red. You can be a Kappa. Or you can be a Sigma. But, somebody had to be first. And Henry Callis and those guys just decided they would get together a little before the rest of the guys. And so it's great, but it's really great to be part of the Divine Nine. Brothers and sisters who are making use of themselves, making greater use of the education. These are people who've been to college and people who've graduated and people who've got graduate degrees. And oftentimes when I'm in one of those crowds, I'm reminded of something that Julius Nyerere said at a graduation in Tanzania one year. He said that those of us who have been fortunate to acquire this commodity called education can be likened unto an African warrior in a village where the people were about to starve because they only had a little food. And they decided to give the food that they had left to this one warrior so he could go to another village and bring back help to his starving brothers and sisters. Nyerere say that if the warrior takes the food and does not return, then he is a traitor. But if he takes the food and brings back help to his starving brothers and sisters, then he is a hero. And if it's a woman, she is a shero. And that's the challenge that I give to my brothers and sisters who have been fortunate to acquire college education, college degrees. Take the knowledge that you have back to the hood, back to the inner city, back to our starving brothers and sisters on 16th Street and on 43rd Street and out on 1st Avenue in Maywood, out to Ford Heights, out to where the needs are greatest. We need you to be the heroes and the sheroes that the good Lord intended, and that your education and knowledge has equipped you to be. And that's the value of a college education. That's the value of going to Howard and going to Yale and going to Harvard, going to Malcolm X, going to Chicago State, going to Princeton, going to the places where knowledge. I think of the little liberal arts college that I went to. Every time I sing the song, State College, we greet thee with love and devotion. Our hearts and our treasures we bring to thy shrine. With arms that are strong from all harm we defend thee. Thy name shall we cherish, dear mother of mine. We walk through this wide world with strength and with courage that we gained while we sat at thy sanctified seat. Alma Mater, dear mother, we love you. And all that we have, we cast down and give back to you. So when you give of yourself, and that's really what education should be for. Yeah, the first week of school has started. You know, school day, dear old golden rule day, reading and writing and arithmetic, taught to the tune of a hickory stick. You were my gal in calico, and I was your handsome barefoot beau. Up in the morning, out to school, teachers are teaching the golden rule. American history and practical math. You study hard and hoping you pass. Hey, you know, there are a lot of great songs about education, and there's nothing like it. Education helps you to understand how little you really know. That was my daddy's philosophy about education. He says the more you learned, the more you realized how little you actually knew. Well, it's been a great afternoon. Thanks for all the well wishes and the best wishes. I hope that everybody's had a day as great as mine has been. And maybe if your today was not as great, your tomorrow is going to be even greater. We're going to try to keep these fires burning. We're going to try to keep the wheels turning. We're going to keep trying to make America become that land that's never been. And yet we know it has the potential to be. God bless you and keep you. And we'll see you next week.